Dave has a lot of exciting things to tell you here for the 24 campaign. So over to Dave.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Henry. Thank you, Brad. Super excited to be here and talk about the 24 campaign. I'm really representing the group that represents the FEBT campaign committee this year. Great group: Andy, Lee, Gene, Lawrence, Ray, Karen, and myself, who will talk for the group. You know, a great year, fantastic, unprecedented success raising funds, fantastic accomplishments from the foundation, from our volunteers, and what we were able to do with the funds raised. You know, we just have, I think, great momentum at this point from fundraising and accomplishments. And as Brad said, sort of where things are with the historic tourist line back in shape, the buildings here in Rock Hill in the best shape they've been in decades, an opportunity to now do some new and exciting big things, which you know, we hope to be able to do with your support and the support your support in the 24 campaign. So let's walk through what those projects are. So first, as we said, we've done the preliminary work in Saltillo to allow us to reconstruct Saltillo Station. We want this year to move forward with actually executing the rebuilding of that building. So the plan will be we'll raise funds through the campaign, and we'll hire contractors to do the external work, building the building, and then our FEBT volunteers will do the finish work. They'll put back all of the historic items that were saved from the building when it was disassembled, you know, and end up with a completed, finished building, sort of synced in time when the railroad gets there and needs the building. Again, obviously, it would be a big major step in both visible and functionally when the railroad gets there to have this building reappear in the community. So this project, we would like to raise $50,000 in 24 campaign that will go specifically to this project. Aligned with that, again, we're going to continue to support the track work and the march to Saltillo. As I said, with the right-of-way cleared, you know, to Jordan Summit and beyond, we want to continue to support our track crews with ties and materials so that, you know, they can be working as efficiently as possible to continue to extend the usable track as far south and as fast as you know, the available labor allows. So we plan with the 24 campaign to continue to buy ties and material that can go on the ground and extend the track, you know, hopefully from Jordan Summit towards Pogue. And we're seeking $40,000 in the 24 campaign for this effort, which will be matched by some additional funds that we have remaining from the 23 campaign. And I just love the visual, right? So the top picture is a recent picture at Jordan Summit, showed the cleared and graded right away. Lower picture is track crew at work south of Rock Hill. All the ties fully restored. So, you know, obviously the vision is we want next year to be able to show that picture that looks like this with your help. All right, next, something else new, right? So, again, if you've been to Robertsdale for the last few years, amazing progress. The place is just transformed with the FEBT Museum, the new roofs on all of the buildings, the track restoration, allowing rides, the hopper cars in place, the clearing of the whole yard area, just been transformative. You know, you look at that scene, and there was a picture that Ron Morgan showed yesterday of the post office, the park, and the engine house. A big missing element, and we think a major next step in reconstruction of Robertsdale would be rebuilding the Robertsdale engine house, big new step. And so we want to start initial work, initial architectural design work, to start that effort to rebuild that long lost building. And so this year, to again support that preliminary work, we hope to raise $10,000 in the campaign. Like I said, that will lay the groundwork for the efforts to bring that building back to life. Next up, archives. Of course, the archives this year have been almost entirely funded by the Camp 23 campaign. We were going to continue that support to continue all of the great work that Julie and her team have done. The paid staff and the volunteer archive staff. As you've heard, Ron said, his view, have an insider's view of the archives. There's decades of work potentially to fully catalog and preserve and make accessible the material that are in the archives. And again, through your generosity, we want to continue that work and let the team continue and do more and get more of the archival material cataloged and available and accessible to all of us. And we want to raise again $70,000 in the 24 campaign to enable and continue that work. And then last, the 5 areas that we're raising funds for is about locomotive 15. Multiple operating steam engines were long a hallmark of the East Broad Top. I was thinking back, first time I came here, there were 4 operating, just magical. Right? It's got it, but one at a time, and the next locomotive that the foundation plans to return to service will be 15, and the FEBT plans to support that effort by covering the cost of a needed new tender tank for 15 to be funded through the 24 campaign. So we're planning to raise $50,000 in this year's campaign that will purchase new tank for the engine and have that in place in parallel with the restoration work that Dave and the team will be doing on a locomotive. And I hope you noticed all of the nice historic pictures directly from the archives. Another archive plug. So those are the 5 areas. So, and just to sum that up, in total this year, we're seeking to raise $220,000 in new funds in the 24 campaign. That's $50,000 for Subtillo Station, $40,000 for ties and material to support the march to Subtillo, $10,000 to begin the work to rebuild the Robertsdale engine house, $70,000 to support the archives, and $50,000 to purchase a new tender tank for 15. And we'll be looking for all of your support and all of our generous donors' support to help us turn these projects into reality. Last slide. So our campaign starts on October 1st of each year. So the 24 campaign began October 1st. It will run to September 30th. You can, of course, donate online at the FEBT company store at store.febt.org/donate. Or you can send checks or money order to our lovely fundraising treasurer, Karen Bowman. See the address. Again, you will be getting a campaign launch letter in the mail in the next couple of days with most of this information and information on how to donate, including a donation envelope. You'll be seeing, starting today, a series of social media posts that have the same information and links to be able to donate. And looking forward to another great year and setting new records and allowing new and exciting progress. Frankly, a few years ago, we wouldn't have even been thinking about it. So, for a great year.
you.